Notre Dame head coach Chappy Moore joining us here on WBCB1490.com. And Chappy, I think back to the Sunshine Football Classic. I had the opportunity to talk to you and Coach John McKenna, and you said you guys are really getting back to basics this year. What does that entail?
Well, I think that you get in time. At times, you get involved with schemes, and at times we as coaches don't spend as much time on fundamentals as maybe we should. So you get involved with schemes, and you don't spend enough time on the basics of the game. The game still goes back to blocking and tackling. So if we spent 60% of the time on blocking and tackling this year, we're going to spend 75% this year.
I know a lot of games last year, two that stick out to me were the West Windsor-Plainsboro South game. You lost 10-9, and then the last-second Hail Mary against Rancocas Valley.
Yeah.
With the team going through those experiences last year, do you think that's something you can draw off of and move forward with this year?
I know. It's each team has a different personality. And I don't know why. For years we've handled those things and those situations, and this year we didn't handle those situations. Whether it's lack of concentration or not. I mean, the Rancocas Valley situation, when we had to come back out in the field, the kid was open 10 yards downfield.
Right.
So, I mean, it wasn't like he made a heroic catch in the end zone. We were in a prevent defense. But, when you think the game's ended and you left the field, it's better if you throw it with emotion coming through.
That's what we just were wondering whether you wanted the motion.
That's the better way to do it.
All right,
because it gives you, in other words, that's too far for Nico to come to make that block. Where you have the slot, you're in a better position. I was talking about something and I got distracted there watching.
Oh, okay, no problem. We were talking about last year and just kind of the fundamentals, and things of that nature. What are some of the guys that, if you're listening to our games on 107.7 The Bronx this year, what are the names that you want me to say the most? What are the guys that you're really looking for a lot out of?
I think everything on offense starts with your quarterback. So I think that Robbie Bakoven is currently our quarterback. So hopefully that he's made progress in the first week here, first 2 weeks. Let's hope he continues to make progress in the next 3 weeks. I think that Nico Safara is one of our running backs.
Right.
He's a junior. I think that he has to have a good year for us. I think that Lorenzo Bryant is the other sophomore running back. I think that we have to have good things happen there. I think that our receivers, we've got some senior receivers and some sophomore receivers. We have a blend in there. So we've got to overcome the sophomore mistakes that sophomore receivers make early,
right,
before we get out of camp. I think that Zach Tharp is the leader of our offense. I think that we've got to he's got to pick up playing play the same way he played last year for us.
Right.
He's kind of our Jimmy King of this year, where he'll play a lot of two ways for us. The linebacker core is still up in the air. I think that Prince Patterson is the leader of our secondary.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's important that he has a good year. And let me see who else. Any seniors? Devin, our safety. and has a year's experience that's playing safety. He has to play smart back there and aggressive. See you in a minute. So I think we haven't found a punter yet. We haven't found a place kicker yet. Those things have to fall together. So offensively we're very young. Very young. Defensively we're a mix. Don't know what. Don't know how the young kids are going to perform. Hopefully they mature quickly. I don't know if I'm answering your questions.
No, definitely. And just last question for you. As a coach, you look at the success that Taekwon Underwood's having. He's in another NFL camp this year. Jay Graber becoming a head coach, turning around to a program that was really struggling in Mercer County, and now is really turning it into one of the very good programs. You mentioned Jimmy King a little bit earlier in the interview. Just kind of personally.
Mention Pete Brescia.
Pete Brescia, absolutely.
Yeah, played for us here and was on our staff here for a number of years. He's new head coach. Is one of our kids.
Absolutely. And
wrestler.
Just
yeah, we're proud of that.
Yeah, I was going to say, looking back at that resume, that's got to feel something. It feels special.
Yeah. It's in the past you had Jack Dunn's and you had Bill James and you had Darren Doherty's that were all products of our program that became head coaches in the county. The other guys that became head coaches out of the county. So that's usually an indication that we're doing a lot of things right. That people are willing to hire our former players because they feel that they've been taught to play the game right and conduct themselves as gentlemen on and off the field.
Chappy Moore joining us here on WBCB1490.com. Don't forget, Notre Dame fans, you can listen to all the games this year on 107.7 The Bronx and 107.7thebronx.com. Chappy, best of luck this year. We're looking forward to it. It's always my favorite time of year.
All right, thank you. And mine.